In a small village in India lived a young boy named Raju. His father, Mr. Sharma, worked as a clerk in the village school. They lived a simple life. But Raju had a dream to wear a white kurta for Holi. Holi, the festival of colors, was just around the corner, and Raju's excitement grew each day. However, his father's school was notoriously late in releasing salaries, often due to a lack of funds or delayed grants. Holi was on the 23rd of March, and the expectation of receiving the salary began on the 7th. Each day, Raju would wait eagerly for his father to return from school, hoping this would be the day they would receive his salary. Mr. Sharma rode an old bicycle, and Raju would watch silently from a distance, trying not to ask directly but instead glancing at his father's back pocket to see if his wallet looked any heavier. Every evening, he would first read his father's expression as he dismounted his bicycle. If he couldn't decipher his father's mood, he'd wait and watch the subtle bulge of the wallet. But day after day, Mr. Sharma would share the same disappointing news with Raju's mother. No funding available, no salary yet. Raju's heart sank a little more each time he heard this. One evening, filled with despair, Raju decided to pray to the idol of Hanuman in the village temple. He stood there with folded hands, eyes closed tightly, and whispered his plea, "Please, Hanumanji, help my father get his salary so I can buy a white kurta for Holi." The next day, the pattern repeated. Mr. Sharma came home with a heavy heart and informed his wife that it seemed unlikely they would receive the salary this month, as the DOS officer was on a long leave. Mr. Sharma considered borrowing money from the local moneylender, but his wife refused. "We can't fall into the trap of high interest," she said firmly. Instead, she offered her wedding gold bangle to be kept as collateral, but Mr. Sharma couldn't bring himself to do it. The following morning, Mr. Sharma's bicycle tire burst. Raju did his best to help fix it, holding on to the hope that his father's continued trips to school might bring the good news they so desperately needed. But when he overheard his father discussing an upcoming bank strike, which would last for 3 days, Raju's hopes dimmed further. With only 3 days left before Holi, the situation seemed bleak. The day before Holi, Mr. Sharma was getting ready for school but couldn't find Raju. After searching, he found him standing in front of the Hanuman idol, balancing on one leg. "Raju, what are you doing?" he asked, bewildered. Raju looked up, eyes filled with innocence. "I saw in a movie that if a devotee stands on one leg and prays, God will grant his wish. I'm asking Hanumanji to help you get your salary so I can buy a white kurta for Holi." Tears welled up in Mr. Sharma's eyes. He patted Raju's head and said, "Your faith is strong, my son. I will do everything I can." Mr. Sharma slowly rode his bicycle to school. Upon arrival, he was again informed that the grant had not yet arrived. His heart heavy with despair, he remembered Raju's face and decided to visit his old friend Jugnu, who owned a small cloth shop in the market. "Jugnu, I need your help. I promise I will repay you as soon as I get my salary. Could you give me some cloth on credit?" Mr. Sharma asked. Jugnu, seeing the desperation in his old friend's eyes, smiled warmly. "Don't worry, Sharmaji. Raju is like my own son. Take this kurta for him, and here's some extra money for colors. Celebrate Holi with a smile." Mr. Sharma returned home with a light heart, his wallet filled with blank papers to create the illusion of a salary. He called out to Raju, "Raju, come here. God has listened to your prayers. I received my salary today." He handed Raju a beautifully folded white kurta. Raju's face lit up with joy as he ran out to show his friends. Mr. Sharma entered the room, and his wife looked into his eyes, understanding the unspoken truth. They were both happy that their son's faith in the goodness of life and the existence of God remained unshaken. As Raju played outside, showing off his new kurta, His parents sat together, content in the knowledge that sometimes faith and love can overcome the harshest realities.